our book for Tuesday is one of my new favorites. I really hadn't read this before this morning, and I fell in love with this book. Marisol, MacDonald doesn't match. One of the reasons I love this book is it's written in two languages. It's written in both English and Spanish on every page. So those of you following along, you can tell Senora Krause about this book, and I bet she would love it. Another reason I love it is, well, I won't tell you yet. I'll tell you when we get in the middle of the book. Because as I found out, I was like, oh my God, I love this. Okay. So I love this first introduction page because it's giving me some clues. It's giving me some clues. I see peanut butter, jelly, and tortillas. Interesting combination, don't you think? Maybe one that doesn't match what we typically would expect to see. My name is Marisol MacDonald, and I don't match. At least that's what everyone tells me. And you can see some of the things that may not match, like stripes on her pants and flowers on her shirt. Just going to fix the book cover here. You can also see two different color headbands. Oh, and I like these birds here. If you look really close, you can see there's a type writing in one of the birds. I think that's neat. I play soccer with my cousin Tato, and he says, Marisol, your skin is brown like mine, but your hair is the color of carrots. You don't match. Actually, my hair is the color of fire, I say, and kick the ball over Tato's head and into the goal. My brother says, Marisol, those pants don't match that shirt. They clash. But I love green polka dots and purple stripes. I think they go great together. Don't you? I also love peanut butter and jelly burritos and speaking Spanish, English, and sometimes both. Can I have a puppy, a furry, sweet perrito? I ask my parents. Por favor? Quizás, Mommy says. Maybe, Dad says, smiling and winking. Now here is where I really started to love this book, because I see this word down here, Peru. And then I start looking at clues. I hear someone outside the reading nook. I think someone wants to come in and read. I'll bring him in for the next book. My teacher, Ms. Apple, doesn't like the way I sign my name. Marisol MacDonald, she says, this doesn't match. At school, we learn to print and use cursive, but not at the same time. But I like the way Marisol MacDonald looks. Can you see? Marisol is written in cursive and MacDonald is printed. At recess, Ollie and Emma want to play pirates, and Noah wants to play soccer. How about soccer playing pirates, I suggest. No way, they say. So I run off to play on the swings by myself. After recess, we have art, my favorite subject. I think my drawings surprise my friends. I wrote a little reminder for myself that her drawings are so interesting. It reminded me of The Invisible Boy that we read last week and how his drawings were so interesting. At lunch, Ollie walks over to me and scrunches his nose. A peanut butter and jelly burrito, he asks. I know, I say. It doesn't match, but it sure tastes good. Marisol, you couldn't match if you wanted to, Ollie says. Oh yeah? I bet I can. The next day, I wake up and decide that today I, Marisol MacDonald, will match. It's a little hard to find clothes that are all the same color. So earlier, when I told you about Peru, when I got to this page, I started to see things that remind me of Peru. Peru is a country in South America, and they have great weaved goods with lots of beautiful colors. I went there about 9-10 years ago, and what an amazing place. So as soon as I saw Peru on the jar a couple pages back, and then I saw these two things, like, I think Marisol might be Peruvian. I play pirates with Ollie at recess, but it's not very fun. Why can't pirates play soccer anyway? I have a regular peanut butter and jelly sandwich at lunch, and the bread tastes mushy. I agree with her. For me, the bread gets really mushy when the jelly's on it. Even art class is a little bit boring. Marisol, Miss Apple says, what's wrong? This doesn't look like your usual work. I'm trying to match, I say with a frown. Why? Asks Ms. Apple. I can't think of a single good reason. At the end of the day, Ms. Apple hands me a note. I open it and it says, Marisol, I want you to know that I like you just the way you are, because the Marisol MacDonald that I know is a creative, unique, bilingual, Peruvian, Scottish, American, soccer-playing artist, and simply marvelous. Ms. Jamiko Apple. I skip all the way home. And if you look closely, look at how she signed her name. Cursive printing. When I wake up on Saturday, I put on my pink shirt, my polka dot skirt, and my favorite hat, the one my abuelita brought me from Peru. At breakfast, I say, my name is Marisol MacDonald, and I don't match because I don't want to. Bravo, says Mommy. Good for you, says Dad. Now let's go to the pound and get a puppy. When we get to the pound, there are big dogs and little dogs. There are dogs with long noses and dogs with smushed faces. There are chocolate-colored puppies and smoky gray puppies and puppies the color of caramel. How will I ever choose? Mm. One of our first books was about a dog at the dog pound. Then I see him. He has one floppy ear and one pointy ear, one blue eye and one brown eye. He is beautiful. I walk over and he leaps into my lap. I cuddle him and it sounds like he purrs. Purrs. I think we found just the right dog for you, Marisol, Mommy says. My puppy is perfect. He's mismatched and simply marvelous, just like me. I think I'll name him Kitty. Now, what I also love about this book is there's a little bit from the author, and her words are so much better than mine. So I'll read them to you. People sometimes ask us, "What are you?" and sometimes even say that we don't match. But we know better. Our mothers told us that we are Americans, yes, but also citizens of the world. My life, and I'll bet yours too, is bound up with the history of many peoples, and like Marisol MacDonald, I open my arms wide and embrace them all.